play that we are going to look at here is called Zona Quick. And what we are going to look at is an opportunity for an open layup or a three-point shot. Okay, so we're going to start by lining up in the same type of way that you would line up for an Iverson type of play. This is not really an Iverson play, but we're lining up in that straight line, right? All players at the elbow or above. So we're lining up in that full straight line. Now, the first thing that we want in this play is to get the ball right here to number 2, our far right wing, right? We want to get them the ball open, right? So they're going to have to cut, potentially do some maneuvering, maybe a little V cut or something like that. Do something to get open. We want to get the ball to this wing. Okay, now the first thing that's going to happen here is after number 1 passes, they're going to cut through the middle. Okay, so as they're cutting down here, we're probably going to have number 4 step in and set that screen for number 1. So number 1 can cut all the way to the elbow. Now, that is kind of a bit of a decoy here. It's not really our main part of the play. Now, if we can get the ball wide open here for a little lob or something like that, that's great. We'll take it, but that's really not what we're looking for in this situation. Number 1 is going to continue filling to the opposite side of the floor. Now, what's going to happen right now then is number 5 is going to come set a cross screen here at the other elbow for number 4. Number 4 is going to curl tight, and that is where we're going to see our wide open opportunity for a layup. We're going to have number 4 receive that basketball for a wide open layup. Right? It happens pretty much every time. Now, for some reason, if it doesn't happen and we can't get number 4 the basketball, that's okay. What we'll then have is number 4 continue to fill the opposite side of the floor, and then we'll get some stagger screens being set right here for number 1. Number 1 will curl. Number 5 will come in and set that second screen for number 1, and number 1 will curl to the three-point line for an outside three-point shot. So you have multiple opportunities here, multiple options. We have number 4 for that first initial layup, and then we get number 1 receiving the ball back potentially here for a three-point shot. All right, so we are going to look at an elevator basketball play used frequently by the Golden State Warriors. Now, one thing you'll notice with elevator basketball plays is we often try to find the same result in them, which is finding an open three-point shot, but also, allowing some sort of play to get to the basket, right? Really, you'll look at teams use elevator plays the most when they have a strong three-point shooter. So this play that we're looking at today is used by the Golden State Warriors, used by Steve Kerr in his playbook, obviously because they have Steph Curry, who is a very strong three-point shooter, right? So it makes sense that they like elevator basketball plays. Now, you don't need to have a strong three-point shooter to do this. You can move it in if you are a youth team, or you can use the ball screen option. But we'll take a look at it and see, what's different in the way that the Golden State Warriors run their elevator style plays versus other teams, okay? So actually what they have, when they do this play, is they have their shooter as number 2, not necessarily their point guard, right? So they have their shooter as number 2, which is typically the case with, elevator plays, but we just want to reiterate that point. That's going to be our shooter, okay? So this is our point guard right here, somebody with the basketball, okay? So the first thing that we're going to have happen in this particular play is we actually want to get the ball into one of these players that are set up in kind of a horn style formation. So let's try to get the ball into number 5. Number 5 is going to kind of post up and pop out a little bit. They're going to receive the basketball, okay? Now, what's going to happen after that is number 1 is going to want to see the courts. They're going to want to pivot so that they can view the entire court over here, okay? Now, what's going to happen then is number 1 is going to go set a down screen here for number 2, okay? So number 1 is going to go down, set that down screen here for number 2. Now, number 2 is going to curl off that screen. Now, if for some reason we get, an open lane for number 2 to drive to the basket, let's take it. If that is there, which, sometimes it might be, sometimes it won't be, right? We're going to take it, okay? But if it's not there, okay, what's going to happen then is number 1, after they set that screen, is going to sprint back up here, okay? So number 1 is going to sprint back up. We're going to feed number 1 the basketball. And then what's going to happen is number 2, right, our shooter is going to complete that elevator action. So number 5 and number 4 are going to then kind of squeeze in for their screens, right, as we know, right? And then we get our elevator action here to number 2 for the basketball, okay? Now, another option that we will have here, right, is to get number 3 involved in some way. Okay, so here to get number 3 involved, we're actually going to have number 3 sprint to this end of the floor. Okay, we're going to have number 1 set another down screen here on number 3. Number 3 is going to curl, and then what we can have happen actually is 2 pin down screens up here, or 2 on ball screens rather, for number 2, right? We're going to get a pick and roll going. Number 5 will roll with them, right? We have a pick and roll between number 2 and number 5. Number 4 can stay nice and wide. Okay, so that's just a little backup option there. But the main thing that the Golden State Warriors run, we'll look at it again here, is our shooter down here, right? We have our 3 over here. We have our elevator screen formation right here, right? We're going to get the ball into number 4. We're going to go down and set that down screen here for number 2. Number 2 is coming off the screen. Can they look for it? Okay, great if they can get it, but if not, we're going to feed the ball back up here, right? We're going to have number 2 continue to cut. This is where we get our elevator screen, right? Number 2 is coming off that. We're going to receive the basketball up here for a shot, right? But if not, we have some other actions that we can get number 3 involved in, right? Particularly them sprinting over here, right? We get that down screen. Number 3 can pop up, right? And then we got this double screen here, right? They can really go whichever way they want if they want to drive it to the basket. So this is what the Golden State Warriors run in terms of their elevator screens. Pretty cool, pretty complicated at some points as well, but it really just ends up in that same result of your typical elevator screen play, which is that we get, some sort of wide open 3-point shot.
Hold on one quick second, coaches. Before you go anywhere, I've got a couple free resources waiting for you from the Basketball Coaches Academy that'll take your practices and take your teams to the next level. First off, grab your complete guide to the continuous motion offense, which breaks down exactly how to teach your players to play the game, not just run plays. You'll learn what continuous motion offense really means, proven drills to build it, and how to run a motion offense continuously. We have lots of different things in this guide. We have video demonstrations, we have diagrams, we have descriptions, everything that you would need. If you want your athletes to develop real basketball IQ, this is the starting point. The second item that I have for you is the 5 must-have out-of-bounds plays for all ages. These are game-tested sets that you can run with youth or high school teams. We have baseline out of bounds. We have sideline out of bounds, all free for you. They're simple to teach, tough to guard, and each play includes clear diagrams and coaching points so your team stops wasting possessions. And lastly, I have the practice plan template. And this printable practice plan template is the exact layout that I use to organize and plan every practice session. So you can plug in your warm-ups, skill blocks, team drills, and scrimmage notes so you can walk into every gym with a clear plan and zero guesswork. So I have these 3 free items for you. You can claim them using the link in the description. They'll be sent to you right away. Enjoy.
All right, so this basketball play is named 4 low. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to have 4 players lined up low, right, near the basket, near the baseline. We're going to have our point guard up top with the basketball, number 1. Okay, so we're going to give the basketball here to number 1. Okay, we can even center number 1 a little bit more. Let's have them a little bit more close toward the center. Okay, so what's going to happen first is number 5, our post player, our big, is going to come set a screen here for number 1. Okay, so number 5 is coming to set that screen for number 1. So number 1 is going to come off of that screen. And as that is happening, number 4 is going to come up and set a back screen and screen the screener. So they're going to set a screen here for number 5, right? Number 5 is going to come off of that screen. And we want number 1, our point guard, to hit number 5 nice and hard for a wide open layup. Okay, that's what we want. More often than not, we're actually going to get that option. But let's just say that we don't. Okay, so number 1 is going to continue cutting, right? They're just going to keep filling. Now, as that's happening, number 4 is going to continue nice and wide. Number 3 is actually going to sprint up here and curl, right? We're going to eventually try to hit them for a 3-point shot. So we want them to be, someone who can shoot the basketball, right? Our 3 or, our shooting guard, but that's just a backup option. And then number 2 is going to be sprinting as well. Number 4 is then going to set a screen on number 2's way up, right? So number 2 is getting hit by number 4 right there. And then we have an option for another shooter in number 2. So our options here were number 5, right, when they got screened on by number 4, number 3, when they sprinted and curled, and number 2, when they curled after that last screen by number 4. So basically everyone here is an option except for number 4. And number 4, they're doing a lot of the work here. So you want to have number 4 to be, an athletic player or a player that you can trust to get things done.